Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. May I please ask everyone to start taking their seats because we should be starting in the next few minutes. And secondly, I'm going to ask you to put your phones on silent mode or to switch your phone completely off because this will be going live on television. Honorable MEC for the Free State Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation, Mayor Zanele Sifuba. Head of Department, Mr. Melatu Chabalala. Executive Mayor of the Mangaung Metro, Mr. Gregory Mtatisi. Chief Director of Community Sports, Mayor Kutlwano Tlakudi. South African Football Association NEC members, Member Mayor Elizabeth Dikoker, President of COSAFA Free State, Mr. Kolo Eric Ndlokovane, President of the Free State Sports Confederation, Mr. Edward Sondersen, Mr. Sello Morwe, the City Manager Mangaung, Mr. Alfred Kai, MMC Sports, Arts and Culture Mangaung Metro, COSAFA Executive Director, Mayor Sue Distombes, and members of the media. We are excited to present the official draw for the 24th edition of the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup that will be staged in Mangaung from June the 4th to the 15th. I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all and to those who are watching the live stream of this broadcast around the continent and beyond. I am sure fans from across Southern Africa are eager to discover who their team will be facing when the tournament gets underway in just a few weeks. The Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup has seen some of the region's greatest players take to the field, many of whom made their international debuts in the competition and would go on to become household names both in Africa and around the world. The competition has been key in terms of raising the level of football in our region by giving opportunity to national teams to play and for young talent to emerge. It is no accident that COSAFA will have seen representatives at this year's Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, by far the most of any zonal union. The Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup and the regular staging of the tournaments in the under-17 and under-20 age groups by COSAFA has enriched football in Southern Africa and seen us enter a new era of success. On Sunday, South Africa became champions of the Total Energies Under-20 CAF Africa Cup of Nations, a team that was developed via COSAFA competitions. Many of those players will go on to feature in the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup in the future and make their senior national team debuts. But more than the players, the Hollywood Bets COSAFA provides opportunity to coaches, referees and administrators to grow their skills set and take the next step in their careers. The number of referees and administrators who have gone on to work for CAF and FIFA over the years in numerous, and COSAFA is very proud of the role that has been played in their development through this tournament. And it is that legacy of acknowledging that COSAFA leaves behind at grassroots level too, with its workshops, training courses and outreach programs that boost communities where the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup is played. It will be no different this time in Mangaung. COSAFA is delighted to have 2022 FIFA World Cup semi-finalists Morocco in the field this year, the first time the tournament has had a guest nation from North Africa. This tournament in 2025 is special too, as for the first time all matches from the very first kick of the ball will have an operational video assistant referees to give support to the on-field officials. This is a further sign of COSAFA pledge to modernize the game in the region and be the leader of the African continent. COSAFA is proud to make that history in Mangaung. VAR will provide more excitement and drama for the fans, and again, confirm that the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup is a world-class competition. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you all saw what happened when South Africa lifted the tournament on Sunday. A beautiful goal was scored, and obviously VAR had to decide that goal. I'm sure for this tournament, the 2025 Hollywood Bets COSAFA, that's exactly what we are going to enjoy. And on that note, I would like to now call upon the Honorable Mr. Gregory Ntatisi, Executive Mayor of Mangaung Metro, to welcome you all to this beautiful city of roses. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. Please let's get seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome you to Mangaung, a city that is hard at work to ensure that we provide all the necessary needs to our communities in terms of good life, including ensuring that they benefit out of the activities that are there and that should come to a central point of Africa, South Africa in particular, where things that has to do with democracy started. Ladies and gentlemen, it is in this city that has got a number of national roads leading to it. N1 from the north and N1 from the south, N8 via to Durban, past the city to Kimberley, reaching Botswana, N6 to the Eastern Cape. This city attracts not only its citizens but people from various walks of life from this country. We are bound by our location to ensure that we really do host events of the nature of COSAFA. We are going to work hard to ensure that not only do we limit our strength to this point, but to create a working relationship with all sporting bodies to recognize that our centrality indeed would allow opportunity to all South Africans to be part of us. In this city, there are serious historical nodal points and a liberation route that could be traced, a birthplace of democracy that we are enjoying today. Just at the back of this building, more or less 500 to a kilometer away, it's a birthplace where democracy was found. And soon again, as a demonstration of our centrality, with all historical presents that are here, we'll be receiving yet again the Royal House, ladies and gentlemen, coming to touch base with our city. And one of the critical points that would also ensure that they find themselves to be is a birthplace of democracy that we're enjoying today. Our boys made the country proud. And our boys will also be representing us at the World Cup. They are young, they are energetic, they've made us proud. Our sporting level of our people are so enhanced, and thanks to the role that this city has played equally. Soon also we'll be celebrating Rasi Erasmus, a coach whose knowledge economy to understand the best of rugby also came from this city. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to paint a picture that as we welcome the tournament and welcome the teams that will be with us, we would like to say to you, please come all, come the people of the metro, the province, the country, come celebrate with us and be with us as COSAFA will be doing its best in terms of its tournament and ensuring that we get entertained. Yes, indeed. We are a city that financially is working hard to discover itself. But we cannot but lose opportunities like this and allow our friends, allow the people of South Africa, and allow institutions and organizations, when they say we are here, we are willing and able, can you put a hand? Let's join hands together and let's ensure that we entertain our people. To the people of Mangaung, please know that COSAFA says to us, you are free to come and join them and celebrate with them and share the team of your love and liking, and let the best team win. We are behind all the teams as a metro, but we'll celebrate when it goes the mileage of the last team. Most and heartily welcome, ladies and gentlemen. To the people of the media, please give the best coverage to this tournament. It deserves to be, because it's in a peaceful city where you'll be enjoying the hospitality of our people, the kindness. As to the dogs that happen to have bite people, I know that law enforcement unit has made sure that they are locked up. The thugs that happen to be trying to visit our city and do all the funny things will also set them against law enforcement unit. Enjoy the city. It might be more or less cold, but it's a best way of saying welcome to the Free State, Bloemfontein in particular. Heartily welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Executive Mayor. Indeed, as we came in here, it was a bit chilly outside, but after your welcome, we feel now warm, and I'm sure all the multitude of supporters will be coming in here. They are going to enjoy this. Ladies and gentlemen, before I call on COSAFA Competitions Manager Joshua Nip to give us the details of how the draw will be concluded, we are indeed honored today to have two sons of the Free State who will act as draw assistants. Ladies and gentlemen, David Modise, he is a former Bafana Bafana midfielder who played for Bloemfontein Celtic with distinction. He also won the league and cup double with Cape Town Spurs before moving to Kaizer Chiefs and Money Rangers, where he won the inaugural PSL title in the 1996-97 season. And the second son of the Free State is Hleza Mofedi, a former Orlando Pirates midfielder who also turned out for Free State Stars. He was part of the Pirate side that won the PSL title under coach Roy Barreto and was known as a hard-working player who gave his all on the pitch. They will be assisting with the draw, and I would now like to call upon the two legends, David Modise and Hleza Mofedi. Let's give them a very big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, as you see them walking towards going to be standing next to the two pots, that's how they used to mesmerize their opponents, both of them. And you'll also recall they both played for Bloemfontein Celtic as well as Free State Stars. And now, I would like to call upon Joshua to come and explain the draw mechanics for us. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Joshua Nip.
Thank you very much, Silo. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and to all the viewers watching right across Africa. Welcome to the official draw of the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup 2025, which will be taking place right here in Mangaung, South Africa, from 4 to 15 June 2025. Firstly, to the left of me, I'd like to welcome David and Hleza, who will be assisting us with the draw today. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
I'll start by explaining the format of the competition, as well as the draw procedures. As Selo mentioned, we have 14 teams in the competition this year. This is the first for the COSAFA Cup. The 14 teams are split into 4 groups, Group A and B with 4 teams each, and Group C and D with 3 teams each respectively. and then the winner of each group will progress to the semi-final stage. We have 4 seeded teams based on the host, the title holders from the previous edition of the competition, and the latest CAF rankings. So those are, heading up Group A, we have the host South Africa. Heading up Group B, we have the 2024 champions Angola. Heading up Group C, we have Morocco. And then heading up Group D, we have Zambia. The 10 remaining teams are divided into 2 pots, also based on the latest CAF rankings. In pot 1, we have the 4 higher ranked teams, which are Mozambique, Comores, Namibia, and Madagascar. And then in pot 2, we have the 6 lower ranked teams, which are Zimbabwe, Malawi, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini, and Mauritius. And then just to explain how it will work, the draw is quite simple. So drawing from pot 1, the first 4 balls drawn will slot into position 2 across the groups. And then we move over to pot 2, where the first 4 balls drawn will slot into position 3 across the groups. That will conclude Group C and D. And then the last 2 balls will go into position 4 of Groups A and B. Gentlemen, we can now proceed with the draw, starting with pot 1. First, give it a good stir pass, and then draw the first ball. So this ball will go to position A1, and they will join the host South Africa. Team Mozambique. Mozambique were the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup runners-up in 2008 and 2015, and they finished 3rd place in last year's edition of the competition. We then move across to Group B, position B2. They will join Angola, the champions from last year, in position B2. Team Namibia. Namibia have been to the final of the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup twice in the last 3 years, but unfortunately have lost on both occasions. We then move across to Group C, position C2, and they will join Morocco in Group C. Team Madagascar. Madagascar reached the quarterfinals of the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup in 2022. And then we move across to Group D, the last ball from from pot 1. They'll join Zambia in Group D. Team Comoros. So Comoros managed 4th place in 2024, and that's been their best finish to date. Thank you very much. We now move across to pot 2, so you can give a good stir for us, please, and draw the first ball. So this ball will go to position A3. Team Mauritius. Mauritius caused one of the biggest upsets in COSAFA Cup history when they beat a full-strength South Africa team back in 2004. They go to position A, A3. We then move across to Group B, position B3. Team Malawi. Malawi were the COSAFA Cup runners-up in 2002 and 2003, and they also make a return to the competition this year after missing out in the last edition. We then go into Group C, position C3, and this is to conclude Group C. Team Eswatini. Eswatini have featured in every single Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup competition, but they've yet to make a final appearance. Thank you. We now move across to Group D, position D3. Team Botswana. Botswana were finalists in 2016 and 2019 that have yet to lift the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup. So that concludes Group C and D, and then we move back to Group A, position A4, to conclude Group A. Team Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe are 6-time winners of the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup, but their last success came back in 2018. And then the last ball to conclude Group B. Team Lesotho. Lesotho have now been twice runners-up in the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup, and they have yet to lift the trophy as well. Just a recap of the groups. In Group A, we have South Africa, Mozambique, Mauritius, and Zimbabwe. In Group B, we have Angola, Namibia, Malawi, and Lesotho. Group C, we have Morocco, Madagascar, and Eswatini. And in Group D, we have Zambia, Comoros, and Botswana. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the draw for today. The fixtures will be distributed through our media outlets. Thank you very much. We'll now invite Selo back to the stage just to ask the two draw assistants some questions. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, another big round of applause to COSAFA Competition Manager Joshua Nip. And standing on my left-hand side are the two legends of the game, Cesar Mofedi and David Modise. Maybe I should start with you, Cesar. You guys played at the highest level in terms of when you played football. How important is this competition towards players taking part in this competition?
I think this competition is very important to thank you very much. I think this competition is very important to the city and South African people. This competition is the heart of the players.
David Modise, Luena Jack Mosamiki wa maloba wa kgwele ya dinao. You played at the highest level. How important is this tournament to the coaches in the countries that will be taking part in this tournament?
Good morning. I think this tournament is good for the coaches and for the players because at the same time it's for those who are not being called in the national team. So if we perform well, so we have the opportunity to go and make it to the senior team. So I think it's good for everyone.
So this is definitely going to be an important one for everybody. Cesar, maybe the last question to you. Fa o ka bontse o tshameka kgwele ya dinao, o ne o ka rotloetsa batshameki ka tsela e ntseng jang bao ba tla bonang the first opportunity to be playing for their countries? O ka ba advisor? How come on an opportunity to talk to the players who will be donning their national team jerseys for the first time? How would you advise them, more especially coming to a tournament like this one? David, the last question to you as well. COSAFA Cup 2025 is being played right at your home ground, right in Bloemfontein. And representatives from different countries are here. What can you promise them?
I can promise the representatives that we will enjoy the city, the host. I think they must come and enjoy the city because I think because everybody I think is going to be making our supporters I think they must expect numbers to come into.
Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause to the two legends, David Modise and Cesar Mofedi. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for assisting in making sure that the draw takes place. Ladies and gentlemen, there are certainly some great ties to look forward to in the Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup 2025. And we can already feel the excitement building following the draw that has just been conducted here. I would now like to call upon Executive Director of COSAFA, Mayor Sue Distombe, to give us some insight into what we might expect on and off the pitch at the tournament. A big round of applause to Sue.
you very much, Selo, and good morning to everybody at MEC, Executive Mayor. You certainly painted a very good picture. You should be the Minister of Sport, Minister of Tourism next, so that you can continue to paint such a picture wherever you go. You do it so fabulously. And thank you to all of your MMCs who've come out in here in numbers to support MEC. Thank you very much indeed for all of your hard work in making sure, together with Mangaung, that this tournament finally is going to come to fruition. And a big thank you also to our member association, COSAFA. COSAFA is one of our 14 member associations, but plays a critical role in the hosting of our tournaments, and we're always very grateful. And it's good to have an opportunity finally to come to Free State, Mayor Elizabeth. When COSAFA does a tournament, it's not just about on the field of play. Of course, it is on the field of play, and through the power of television, it gives the opportunity, whether it's the senior men's down to the under-17, we've just recently done the under-17 girls in Namibia, to provide a platform to the players, to the coaches, to the referees, and generally to administrators to build themselves and to be recognized. And we've had, through the COSAFA Cup, and as it was originally called the COSAFA Castle Cup, that goes back to 1997, we've had many a player that has made their debut in this particular competition and has gone on to illustrious careers. But it's also about off the field of play. And what we strive always as COSAFA to give back to the communities that are hosting us in the form of legacy programs, whether it be coaching courses, whether it is the very important and very well received always sports administration and management course, whether it is grassroots, and we will be doing a fast footy, which is under 15 grassroots festival, and also outreach programs that we rely on our host city in particular to identify outreach programs for us to get hold of. So all in all, we are really looking forward to being here, starting the tournament starting on the 4th of June. But as Sela was alluding to, this tournament is the first time is going to be from the start to the finish using VAR. We did start this. We've made a great investment in the area of VAR and training all of our referees across the whole of our region, all 14 countries. We started in 2023 at our women's tournament, but this is the first tournament that we will actually be doing it from the start to the finish, so we're really looking forward to that. And starting on the 30th of May will be a 5-day VAR workshop to further get all our referees ready for the final assessment of FIFA. We will have FIFA and CAF instructors here. So that starts on the 30th of May, and we will be having 6 referees from the Free State, those who officiate PSL matches or are FIFA referees, to come and join their international counterparts on this very important VAR workshop, which of course will be gearing them up for when the Minister gets his wish to implement VAR in South Africa at all matches. So thank you very much indeed, everybody, once again, and we're really appealing. I think David Modisa said it well, that we're going to rock the house at the Dr. Petrus Malumela Stadium, and hopefully at Toyota Stadium as well. Come out in the numbers. SAFA has made the tickets free of charge. So it really is about making a noise as a collective, the SAFA together with the province and city, making a noise and making sure that every resident of Mangaung and beyond knows that COSAFA is coming to town. Come and join us for the entertainment. Thank you very much, Sela.
Thank you very much, Sue. Rest assured, you took the right decision by taking this year's tournament to Mangaung. That's where football supporters are. Ladies and gentlemen, without any waste of time, I am now calling upon the Honorable Zanele Sifuba, MEC for the Free State Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation, to say a few words. MEC, a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Program Director. Let me acknowledge the presence of the Executive Mayor of Mangaung Metro, Councillor Gregory Tadisi. Let me acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Mayor of Mangaung Metro, Councillor Lula Matiti. Let me also acknowledge the MMCs present. There is a number of them. Let me acknowledge the HOD from the Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation. And let me acknowledge the City Manager of Mangaung Metro, Ngatesi Lomoro. I acknowledge you, Executive Director of COSAFA, and your Deputy, right, Francis, and the entourage that you came here with, Chief Director from the Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation, HOD, Community Services, right? Mangaung, ladies and gentlemen, lovers of sports. We should be delighted as the province, delighted that we are set to hold something that our first democratic president once identified as a vehicle towards building the nation, a vehicle towards social cohesion. Because sports is not only for entertainment, it is also for contribution towards tourism as well. Also for contribution towards, as I've said it, social cohesion, building friendships. We are going to welcome many countries that will be coming to our province. We are going to build new friendships, and we can imagine that is going to be the best 11 days that the province is going to experience. Many countries use sports as a way of living because all of us cannot be academics. I always emphasize that. If you go throughout the world, you'll realize that sports contributes immensely in the gross domestic products of those countries. So that is why it is very important that we don't treat it as a by the way. We treat it as a means of trying to improve ourselves with the challenges of joblessness that we are facing, the challenges of those young ones who do not want to stay behind the desk and be closed in an office, but they want to use the talent that they have to be able to make somebody of themselves. Today we mark an important moment, an important occasion in the calendar of sport in our province and in the Mangaung Metro in particular. The hosting of COSAFA Games is indeed a milestone for our province and the municipality as we launch these games through this draw ceremony today. We want to bring to the attention of all that as the Free State, Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation, in partnership with our stakeholders, we have been on a forward march to transform our province. into a mecca of sports. To that end, we have, since the onset of the 7th administration, succeeded in hosting major national and international sport tournaments in the province. These sports tournaments include, amongst others, the Bafana Bafana World Cup qualifier match against Zimbabwe, the international rugby test match between Amaboko and Portugal. The passion for sport and football, in particular in our province, has resulted in significant PSL matches being hosted here. Slowly but surely, we are becoming a destination of choice for the hosting of major sporting events, football tournament included. Ladies and gentlemen, we're enthralled, therefore, that yet another milestone is being achieved through this momentous COSAFA Games tournament. This tournament surely serves as yet another platform upon which mandate for social cohesion and nation building is advanced. We therefore would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to the stakeholders and partners who have played a role in the decision to choose the Free State as the host of these games. It is our firm and considered view that sporting tournaments such as this one, in catapulting our province from the periphery to the center of sport development, it assists. They assist in showcasing the capability for our province in hosting the tournaments of this magnitude. In 2010 FIFA World Cup, our province served as one of the major venues where there were major tests, and we demonstrated capability to do so as the province. We are delighted that yet another platform is provided to us as a province to exhibit our strength in hosting major sporting events through these COSAFA Games. In addition to providing us with the opportunity to showcase and demonstrate our capabilities, these events also serve to boost the much-needed sport tourism value, adding to the province and to the municipality. As we grapple with socio-economic challenges occasioned by various national and geopolitical factors, tourism is one of the cardinal economic boosters that we need. We must therefore embrace these kinds of sport tournaments to continue to advance sport tourism as a contributor to the socio-economic transformation of our province. Program Director, may I again express our innermost appreciation to SAFA and all other stakeholders for continuing to identify us as the reliable and solid partners in hosting major football tournaments such as this one. We look forward to more partnerships of this nature going forward. We would like to wish all the participating teams the best in this tournament. May the best team win, and may Free State have or host a successful tournament. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a big round of applause to the MEC. Thanks very much. MEC, we are quite aware which team is that one, but I'm not going to announce it here. Thanks very much. And ladies and gentlemen, to conclude the proceedings and do the vote of thanks, I'm now going to call upon SAFA Free State President, Mr. Tolo Eric Ndlokovane, up on stage. A big round of applause to him.
Thank you, Program Director. In our homes, in rural areas where I come from, indoda enkulu izawugqibezela ibulele. To MEC Mesfuba and the team, HOD, Mangaung, Comrade Greg, and the teams, as well as COSAFA team. As SAFA, it has been our idea, as in when we see other provinces hosting this kind of tournament, Medical Girl, the chairperson of the LSC, she has been saying, but Chair, we can do it. Let's engage. I think through our engagement, this is the result of our engagement. Thanks very much, COSAFA, Mesu, and the team that we had when we said we are ready as Free State to host this kind of an event. And Siyabonga MEC and the team of Mangaung, because as I've listened to the executive mayor of Mangaung, describing Mangaung as a central area where everybody, if you want to go to Joburg from Eastern Cape, you go through Mangaung. From Cape Town, wherever. And we could feel it is important, us as Free State, also to host this kind of event. And there was a time, if you will recall, when we made a call as SAFA Free State to NEC saying, once upon a time, let a match of Bafana be held in Free State Stadium. You would recall the vibe that was there. After the game, there was still a song going on after the game. And everybody where we meet, we've been saying, hey, we miss Free State, because we know the vibe is there. It's not only watching game, but to enjoy the match. And this is what exactly we meant, MEC Comrade Craig, as SAFA, to say, this is a special kind of a province when it comes to football. We might be faced with challenges. We might be running short of teams that are in NFD, but honestly speaking, we are trying. We are getting there, and by the support of the department, by the support of everybody, Mangaung and everybody, we are getting there. So thanks very much for this kind of support that we've got as SAFA. As I've listened to the MEC, that we anticipate to have much more bigger event here in the Free State. And we always, MEC, try our best as SAFA Free State to lobby for such events to come to our province. And we promise, Apa Kulenda Oyase Free State, everybody enjoys football wherever. And we hope we will hold hands together and look for the better event. And I would not end Tatu Silo without thanking the Office of SAFA, Memusa, and the team to work beyond making this event to be one of the best events coming in the country. So we thanks to the Office of SAFA and other committed structures to support us. Chairperson, without that, sibulela kakhulu sibamba ngasibini sithi ngatsho thina ke amangwanya asiyeki singachongo. Thanks very much, Chairperson. Thanks.
Ke a leboga re Mdlokovane. Tota o yopile mo lonakeng metlhakodi gore mojamorago ke kgosi. O kgosi tota ra go leboga. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we come to the end of our draw ceremony. But allow me to indicate to the members of the media, you will have an opportunity for one-on-one interviews with our dignitaries, as well as with our legends who are still here. So I'm going to ask you to remain and be given an opportunity for the one-on-one. And ladies and gentlemen, a big thanks goes to all of you and in the manner in which you behaved today, and it was indeed a successful draw. Thanks very much. This is how we come to the end of our draw ceremony.
Central TV.